That's how I learned that na kaya pala naging Tiger City ang Mandaluyong. Because everyone else was bumabaksak except Mandaluyong. Mandaluyong was not just earning, it was rising
You guys
from its
roared.
income.
Oh, wow.
We were roaring. So we are officially the Tiger City of the
That's
Philippines because of
why.
our economy. And that's the reason why masakit when people say na alisin na dynasty. Kung maalis man kami, remove us for not performing. Remove us for being abusive or remove us for being corrupt. But if their performance is there, and nakikita naman na the development is there, Mandaluyong is still rising and we're still catering to whatever needs is needed, please naman, we want to think that you can still entrust us with that. Because the Abalos leadership is, again, a leadership not just to raise one person. It's a leadership that will make sure that lahat ng antas ng pagkabuhay ay umangat. Post-April.
February, March, April. Girl!
He proposed na. So parang, hindi nga ako maka-yes. Pero alam ko siya na yon. Alam ko gusto ko na siya.
Big thank you to my sponsors for supporting me. Special thanks to Chef Swakto, Swak sa Budget, Todo sa Sarap, Oh Dear Perfume, Patata, Wings and Fries, New You, Grills and Sizzles Gourmet Every Day, Mom's Lasagna Super Delicious, H2V2, Pancit Malabon by Country Noodles, Swak Food House, Marietta 2020, and Charisse Beauty Studio Cafe. And of course, special thanks to Summersky Media Productions for making sure I have amazing videos for all of you guys.
I noticed 93% of you watching aren't even subscribed yet. Please hit subscribe, like, and share to support my journey and help these stories reach more people. Your engagement brings bigger guests and inspiring content. Don't forget to turn on all notifications. That would mean so much to me. Thank you.
What happened in 2011 happened already. And nagalit talaga ako sa mundo nun because I could not even Google our last name without scandal or, scandal being attached to it. At that time, nagagalit ako sa mundo because my lolo didn't do anything wrong. He really did not. All cases are dismissed already. All cases are done. But the damage was there.
Of course.
To the point na when we go around and they know you were an Abalos, people were looking parang judgmental because of what was going on in the news. And yun na yung nasabi ko na only in Mandaluyong that we were going around na hindi nagbago ang tao. Sa dami naman ng natulungan ng lolo ko, sa dami ng natulungan ng parents ko and us, I will always stay safe and feel safe. And I will always be grateful to Mandaluyong because sila talaga yung lumaban for my lolo. And sabi ko, I want to prove that that's not the Abalos leadership. That's not the Abalos values. So I will also prove it to them. I asked my dad if I can run. To be honest, at first, ayaw niya talaga. Ayaw niya. He was the first one that protested and said na, I don't want you to be part of it kasi naapektuhan ka na nga. And I told him na, no, Dad, I want to show to the world that there is still leadership with integrity. There is still leadership that proves to do what needs to be done. And there is still leadership that actually works for the people. And that's the Abalos legacy. And people of Mandaluyong knows that. So that's why I ran. That's why I ran. And I'm not ashamed to say naman na when I ran, I became #1 counselor, 3 consecutive terms. And in those 3 years naman, I worked the best that I can. We came up with a code of parental responsibility wherein we really involved the parents in raising children kasi, di ba, the Juvenile Welfare Act, hindi sila pwedeng ma-criminalize, hindi sila pwedeng ma-charge of anything like that. But what happened was, there are people that abused the law to the point na nagagamit ang bata for criminal deeds because you cannot charge them with anything. But in Mandaluyong, you get 3 tries. If first time nahuli yung bata, may tapik sa balikat yung magulang, may warning ka. Second time, warning ulit. Pero kung naka 3 times na and we don't see any effort on the part of the parent na may ginawa talaga sila para sa anak nila, then you can be charged to pay a fine, or worse, you can even be imprisoned.
The parents?
The parents. The parents.
But the DSWD ba yung kid?
You cannot, yes, you cannot do anything about the child because of the Juvenile Welfare Act. So, ang sinasabi naman namin for the parents, may three chances ka. And in Mandaluyong, we also have the no contest provision. Okay, this is also a one-of-a-kind ordinance where para hindi na maklog up yung courts natin and hindi na rin mahirapan sa system, if you were ever caught in violation of an ordinance, you can just admit to the fact that you violated and you pay the minimum fine na.
Ooh, okay.
So para mabilis yung proseso, di ba? Any ordinance. So you get 3 warnings in the Code of Parental Responsibility and you get 3 tries for the no contest provision pa. So actually, total of 6 chances yan for the parent. Feeling ko naman after
Very
the...
forgiving, actually.
Very forgiving eh. Pero kailangan may ngipin pa rin. Because at the 7th time, and wala pa rin...
Heaven ka na, 7th ka
ano na yun? Parang sorry, you have to go to the courts na at that time na. So far wala pa namang umabot sa 7. So far wala. But it did
Matuto na kayo.
work. Yeah, it did work. It helped with school absences. It helped with curfew. It helped with yung nakikita mong mga children na naglo-loiter, nagva-vandalize. It helped manage and control that in Mandaluyong. So that's one ordinance that I did as counselor. The other one, and this is what I'm proud of naman, is on my last term, I really pushed for the passage of the Protection Center of Women, Children, and LGBT. So this Protection Center, basically, if you are a victim of domestic abuse, it's extra hard because your abuser is supposed to be your protector. So if you are a victim, para lang isumbong mo yung nangyayari sa'yo, ang hirap na.
True.
Because chances are, kapag yan sinumbong mo to someone in your family as well, you run the risk of that family member siding with your abuser, or worse, blaming you for breaking or ruining the family. And it happens.
Yeah.
It happens. Another aspect is, kapag yan, susumbong ka na sa barangay, nagsumbong ka na sa barangay, papupuntahin ka pa sa hospital for medico-legal, maghahanap ka pa ng abogado mo, 'di ba? Not counting how much resources you need and the psychological toll it takes. And here's the thing pa, if you're a mother and you have children that also run the risk of being abused, there are mothers who just don't do it because they don't want to expose or to put their children in harm's way. And sometimes, if the victim is the child, mas lalong walang resources yan. Kasi pagpunta na lang ng barangay, saan yan kukuha ng pera? Tapos papamedical legal mo pa ako, tapos maghahanap pa ako ng
So wala
abogado
silang
ko.
choice. They'll have to endure.
They have to endure. Sad to say, it happens to victims. It also happens sometimes where when a victim is brave enough to report it, minsan sa barangay level pa lang, kumari kilala ng barangay yung abuser.
Oh no, friends sila. So syempre, wala na yung kaso.
Kakausapin na yan na, uy pare, alam mo ba sinumbong ka dito? May mga ganon. May mga ganong instances. I'm not saying it's happening in Mandaluyong. No, it's not just Mandaluyong. It's happening everywhere. So, and lucky naman, wala pa naman ako narinig na nangyari sa Mandaluyong. But it happens. So that's what's scary about victims. So yes, they endure. And what's hard is they carry it their whole lives.
Of course, it becomes traumatic to
It
them.
becomes traumatic, and for some, they never see the light of justice. They never find closure for it. And do they deserve it? No. They're victims, di ba? So this is what the Protection Center wants to cater to. It's a one-stop shop for all. Number 1, may police desk na siya. Meron na siyang lawyer. Meron na siyang clinic for medical legal. Meron na siyang social service workers. And it's also a safe house. For those that are scared or too scared to go back home, kasi doon nangyayari yung abuse, then it's also a temporary safe house for them until they find an alternative shelter. And even for mothers that are scared for their children, if they see that risk rin sa anak nila, they can also go there. So this is the project that I pushed for on my last term as counselor. Number 1, I'm so grateful to the National Center for Mental Health, the NCMH. Kasi wala nang lupang Mandaluyong eh. We're very small. But they gave us 5 5,000 square meters.
That's big.
That's big.
Oh.
They gave us 5,000 square meters as a compound. And ngayon pa lang binibuild na yung protection center.
Dear, is this as in no cost to them dun sa mga
Yeah,
na-abuse?
it's free. It's free. It shouldn't cost them. They should not be charged anything for this.
So they come in, the
Yes.
whole idea is they come in, they go through the entire process. Kasi
Yes.
pag ikaw lang gumagawa nun, pupunta ka sa police, pupunta ka sa ganito, mahaba-habang proseso pa yan eh.
Yes.
Like when you say one-stop shop, you could just go there and feel safe already and live there as well.
And imagine having to repeat it. Kasi you go to the police, they'll ask you about the...
True.
You go for medical, they'll ask you the same things. You go to your lawyer, they'll ask you the same things. So in this center, you want to lessen the trauma as well. Isang beses ka na lang tututungin, especially for children. We designed the center so that there is also a child-friendly consultation room where you will be faced with a psychometrician na may one-way mirror na. So isang beses na lang interviewin yung bata, and at least the police, the lawyer, they'll all hear the answers at the same time na the child doesn't have to go through.
Repeat again and again because
Yes.
that's excruciating.
Yes. And talagang the trauma you can give the child eh. So that's the vision that we have. What's nice is last July, na ribbon cutting na namin yung building. So, we are now in the process of forming and finalizing the organization and the internal rules. We are aiming to have this open, if not by the year's end, by early next year. So, that is the Protection Center. And take note, for women, children, and LGBT. Because we also know that we have our LGBT brothers and sisters who also suffer from domestic abuse.
I'm wondering, is this for the national level or Mandaluyong?
This is Mandaluyong.
Okay.
This is Mandaluyong, but I think this is one project where I know there is a need for it, but I also wish that we will see a time when we won't have anyone go to
Enter.
enter na. But right now, that's what, and I'm so happy because, as I said, we were able to get permission from the NCMH, and Mandaluyong. Ito nga ang sekreto ng Mandaluyong, dahil nagkakaisa lang naman lahat. It was easy. We were able to pass and appropriate up to 90 million for the building and the creation of the streets sa compound, and to start, initial pa lang naman yan, para ma-jumpstart tong center na to. So, yun na siya. And then, I'll invite you if officially mag-open na siya.
Yeah, you know what? Char has always been very concerned about a different, different problems in terms of kids, women, and, everyone talaga. Even when I told her about my prison journey, she realized, oh shoots, kailangan pala mabigyan din ng love yung mga tao sa kulungan. Kasi sinasabi mo sa akin, di ba, before, you never thought of donating in a jail. Like, your jail, you never thought. But you only started doing so when I started to share my story to you. And then, I just felt like you were just so involved. Every time there's a concern brought upon you, you always want to give like a way for them to have a better life.
Yeah. Thank you. You know how they say everything really happens for a reason.
Yeah.
Umabot tayo sa punto where I was crying when it happened to you kasi I felt like I lost another sister. I lost Shara na. I felt like I lost another sister. Sorry, dear, for making you cry.
No, it's okay.
Pero yun pala yun eh. Kasi you opened up my eyes to a world that is usually neglected. And I think that is the saddest thing of being in prison eh.
Yeah.
Feeling mo na iwan ka na ng buong mundo.
Sobra.
Feeling mo nakalimutan ka na. And when you told me that there were pregnant mothers there,
nanganganak dun, dear.
na walang prenatal care.
Wala.
So, sabi ko, ako nga natakot na ako first time. Mom, what more these mothers?
Dear, as in, yung ulo nandyan na, sumisigaw yung jail officer. Yung ambulance wala pa kasi they want yung nandyan na yung katawan para bago tumawag ng ambulance, or gusto nila 50-50 ka na bago tumawag ng ambulance. Kasi the idea is, wala silang ipapalabas. It's not a priority. Like, health is not a priority inside. Pregnant women, wala. Everyone must, hindi naman suffer, pero parang, alam mo yun, jail, you're stuck in there unless nasa risk ka na todo-todo.
So that's when I realized, and I also looked into our own city jail. And true enough, like there would be instances na meron talagang buntis.
Ooh, yeah.
And because of that, once or twice a year, I would give out hygiene kits for the women. And most especially, tinatanong ko yan palagi, ilan ang buntis sa inyo? And I would give prenatal meds, mga folic acid, calcium, vitamin C for them. And I remember Tita Nori, would even text me once na, Charisse, Karen's asking because someone gave birth here, do you have diapers? Kasi at that time, bagong panganak pa lang din ako.
Ang mahal ng diapers. Tsaka wala kaming mga milk.
Yun,
So that's why I requested. And I was in jail then.
But I did tell Tita Nori, sabi ko, Tita, there's a milk code, encourage breastfeeding, but I gave diapers. I gave diapers.
Okay.
Oo.
And FYI, Mandaluyong has the most high-tech jail right now.
Yes.
Which I would love to visit very soon. Pero it is a new facility and apparently it's the best in the Philippines.
I don't know how we say the best, but it is the most modern and high-tech. This is where we have solar energy.
Wow!
Yes, and then there's also water catchment. So by high-tech now, we don't just mean na talagang everything digital. We also mean there is sustainability in it. So first of all, naging spacious siya. Most important actually.
Parang condos.
Spacious siya.
Pero hindi ganun na.
Yeah. And then, ganun siya, napapacilitate siya in that regards po. So, paalam natin, I hope you can also do a series on our city jail.
I would really love to. Actually, she just invited me recently. Pero, kasi me, when I do donations, it takes some time. FYI, mahal po mag-put together ng donations. And when I do give donations, hindi ko gusto yung plastic na konti lang. Gusto ko punong-puno. Kasi it's gonna be my one time, big time in one jail. Then I move on to the next jail.
Yes.
So I want it to be sobrang useful talaga yung nasa loob. So soon, dear.
So yes, yeah.
Okay, so we know that right now, people would say, ayoko ng political dynasty or like a family na lahat politicians. For you though, what do you think about being a part of a political family?
Alright, so I did grow up na in politics talaga. Hindi mo maiwasan that you wake up, you have breakfast, that's what's being discussed. You go home by the end of the day, dinner time, ganun rin yung discussion. Hindi talaga may iwasan. On one side though, and I guess I can say I'm really lucky, my father never sheltered me from that. He really made sure we know what he was doing and we knew exactly why he was doing those things. Narinig ko na both sides when he would be praised, and I also heard the times when he would be criticized and when he would be, and that's the payoff from being a public official. Nangyayari talaga yan. And that's because wala naman talagang perfect leader and wala naman talagang perfect constituents. And there are times when you have to make decisions that will be good for everyone, but that can potentially be unpopular at first. Because voters, they tend to see or react first to the discomfort. And then later on na lang, if natapos na yung project and then you see the outcome, doon na lang nila nakikita na kaya pala. And I saw that as well happening na.
Oh, and then eventually, pag na-push mo na, napagawa na, then they will realize the benefits of it. Pero it had to take a lot of convincing, a lot of like harsh people saying no to you. But if you have an idealistic, thing that you want to do, and then it flourishes.
And for me,
everyone.
It has a lot to do with political will eh. First of all, dapat hindi ka takot matalo. Sa totoo lang. Because this is the one thing that really stuck with me, sabi ng father ko. You will not be mayor forever naman eh. Nandiyan ka kasi pinagkatiwalaan ka ng tao. Makakayanan mo ba sa konsensya mo na nag-mayor ka nga pero lahat naman ng ginawa mo yung safe lang? Nung time na yun, uso kasi yung paggawaan ng basketball court, paggawaan ng ganyan. Because, you only have 3 years in office. Especially kung first time mayor ka. First year mo, mag-a-adjust ka. Sa second year ka palang medyo parang gusto mo nang gawin yung gusto mo. By third year, election na naman iisipin mo. So, kailan na yung panahon na pwede mong gawin yung gusto mong gawin, di ba? But, doon ako na-inspire kay Dad when he said na, para kaya pa na binoto ka. Hindi mo naman ginawa yung alam mong dapat gawin. So, he risked doing things na alam niyang ikagagalit muna sa una. And then, later on naman, nakita naman ng tao. And I think that's what leadership should be. it should not be for the benefit of that leader. It should be for the benefit of all. So, kaya ka nandyan. And at least that's the philosophy that I learned from my family. And I think yun rin yung nakasanayan or nakita ng Mandaluyong. And my lolo worked day and night. And yun nga, sabi ko, ako yung unang apo. So ako yung nakakandong sa kanya habang kausap niya yung mga...
Narinig mo lahat.
Narinig ko lahat eh. I mean, even though I couldn't understand at that time, na-internalize ko, nakita ko. And Mandaluyong went from second-class municipality in the 80s at an income of 70 million. When he left, and he was then re-elected 3 more times after that. So when he left in 1997, we were close to $1 billion in our budget.
Wow.
From 70 million. And naging city ang Mandaluyong. Did you know that we were a city even before Makati was a city?
So yung Abalos pala, talagang made a way na maging city ang Mandaluyong.
Yes. And that was during the time of my lolo. Lahat ng market nun baksak. 1998. Ano pa tayo niyan? We didn't care about the economy then kasi bata pa tayo niyan. But that's how I learned that na kaya pala naging Tiger City ang Mandaluyong. Because everyone else was bumabaksak except Mandaluyong. Mandaluyong was not just earning, it was rising
You guys
from its
roared.
income.
Oh, wow.
We were roaring. So we are officially the Tiger City of the Philippines because of
why.
our economy. And until now, we feel the effects of that. And that's in the leadership of my dad, Benhar Abalos naman. That's through his policies of being more business-friendly, opening up to the businesses, making services free of charge and accessible. So, naging livable city ang Mandaluyong. We made daycare to high school free. We gave out scholarships. So, yun ang pinrioritize nung time ni Dad. And this is a hard topic to discuss, but it's actually, to simplify it, he started nutrition from the time na buntis pa lang yung nanay. Ang inalagaan mo yung nanay na buntis. That's what we call the millennial baby at that time. And now, DOH just recently released the first 1,000 days program. And that's more than a decade after we released the millennial baby. So, nauna ang Mandaluyong doon. Mandaluyong also had the first ever Persons with Disabilities Affairs Office. 1998, my dad first became mayor, and that's a decade before it was made into law that every LGU must have a Persons with Disabilities
You guys really
Affairs
thought about
Office.
everything.
Yes. In fact, when my dad was councilor, he was the first one that passed na bawal ang cellphone sa kotse. So, Mandaluyong rin ang nauna dyan.
Wow.
So, why am I sharing this? Because Mandaluyong knows this, but not everyone in the Philippines knows this. But I'm very proud of those achievements. And that's the reason why masakit when people say na alisin na dynasty. Kung maalis man kami, remove us for not performing. Remove us for being abusive or remove us for being corrupt. But if their performance is there, and nakikita naman na the development is there, Mandaluyong is still rising and we're still catering to whatever needs is needed, please naman, we want to think that you can still entrust us with that. Because the Abalos leadership is, again, a leadership not just to raise one person. It's a leadership that will make sure that lahat ng antas ng pagkabuhay ay umangat. And we witnessed that in Mandaluyong. Back in nutrition, the babies in the womb at that time, 1998, are mothers now, actually. But some of them, high school na ngayon, and we recently ranked high in the NSAT. Sa buong Pilipinas, halos lahat bumaksak sa average in their education. Pero ang Mandaluyong mataas. And we really want to credit that with our nutrition efforts.
It's true, kasi vitamins, ensuring that the
eh.
baby is getting born healthy.
Yes. And actually, we saw there is a scientific study of that na ang brain development mo has to do with your brain synapses. So that's brain development. And a baby that is malnourished cannot develop a brain as well. So parang, ano yan, it can affect their school performance, it can affect everything, yung stunted growth nila. Pero if you look at the average Mandaleño, maganda ang scores nila in school, and that also has to do with nutrition din. So, wholesome leadership talaga, na overall nako-cover lahat. Hindi siya segmented lang into those things.
You know, Charisse, she's been my BFF ever since before, and I've witnessed the Abalos love for their city. Because I would be in your dinners. I would observe, diba? And I would be so surprised na parang, kasi kami, or like yung mga nakikita ko around, yung entire family nyo talagang nakaupo dun sa parang conference table per dinner table nila yon. And they discuss. They discuss about issues, they discuss about things to improve in their areas, in their family. Like, they really talk it out. And that's a nice value that I always felt like, oh, this is a good environment.
Yes.
Like, you guys are really taking care of each other and the people around you. Kaya, for me like, when they say political dynasty, it's very, parang maling-mali. I suppose it's because may mga politicians, kids of politicians that do wrong. Or may mga nakikilala din ako, yung values na binibigay nila sa anak nila, hindi maganda. Kaya, to me, kunyari, family of doctors, di ba okay lang yun? Family of lawyers. May mga ganun. Why not family of politicians? That's totally fine if the values are good.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's why you guys are
we
very
still,
much loved.
we still embrace the democracy of this country. We're very proud there is democracy in our country. Yung sa atin na lang, let's also respect that. If binoto naman, then let's just hope that whoever was voted will always remember that they're not in power because of them. They're in power because of the people that voted for them.
But you know what? Now, you guys are about to take up a really big challenge.
Yeah.
You guys are about to go national.
Yes.
And aside from you running as a counselor once again, your dad is running to be a senator.
Yes.
From being a former secretary of
DILG.
being a secretary of DILG, which was a big position, ngayon, he is running as a senator.
Yes.
What is it like?
It's completely different. It's a whole new ball game. Mandaluyong in itself, it's a small city, pero every day you meet someone new. Maganda siya. The Philippines is different. National elections, national campaigning is different. I am there to help out my dad in his campaign. And as I said, when I first ran, I wanted to show what the Abalos leadership is. And to be honest, that is the challenge now. For most people, they've heard of Abalos, but they don't really know. Some of them don't even know na naging mayor siya in Mandaluyong eh. Yeah, so that's the thing that I want them to know. The Abalos leadership, I hope it still holds up to itself sa national lang. Because kahit ako, masasabi ko naman, magaan naman dali ng ama ko because he is someone who will work. He is someone who has sincerity in his heart, and he is someone who is not afraid of facing challenges. That the more, siya yung kapag may sunog, nandyan siya kasama yung firemen. He was MMDA chairman during pandemic. And he pioneered, and siya yung nag-umpisa ng VAX as one program because he knows being the MMDA chairman of Metro Manila means that you have to unite as one and you have to push for vaccination for Metro Manila to open again as soon as possible. So that's him. That's his leadership. For him, it's not just being able to let people live, but to make sure that they thrive. So that's him. And I hope the Philippines can give him a chance. Kasi kung sino yung nakita mo sa TV na Benhar, ganun siya in real life. That's him consistently. Kaya nga gawa, hindi salita. Pasiraan na siya ng sinaan. But for him, he's like, okay, I will listen to feedback. But if it's paninira with malice, I'll just ignore you because I'll just do what I know what's right.
I actually got to hang out with your dad. Oh, and it's very, very nice. You know, he really thinks about you, knows your background, and also is very concerned. Tsaka, he always tries to find ways to collaborate and also to figure out a way to help you.
Yeah.
Parang ganun lang talaga yung personality niya, no? Kahit sino ka pa, nasa table ka, kakausapin ka niya kahit nasa malayo ka. Very, lang talaga siya, very helpful. Like, I think that's the Abalos vibe. So,
Thank you.
I wish you guys luck. I am a supporter, so
Thank you.
hopefully you guys vote for her dad. And this is the first run ever.
Yeah,
diba?
first national.
First national. Good luck, babe. Alam ko sobrang dami nag-aano sa inyo.
Yeah.
Tumutulong for
Thank
free,
you.
diba?
Yes. We're very grateful for everyone that came forward and showed their support and na-excite naman. As we said, malaking bagay naman that they already are showing their trust in my dad. And if given the chance, ako naman mismo magsasabi na hindi tayo madi-disappoint because I have seen dad through the worst of it. And I know he doesn't stop until what needs to be done is done. Ganyan naman ang Abalos talaga. So, yeah, I'm grateful. I'm grateful that, ito rin, I'm so grateful to have her support kasi ang laking bagay rin talaga.
Yeah, talagang bida ka sa ano nila. Sa tulong nila. Kasi yung project niya, di ba, bida ka?
Yes.
Okay, so we talked about your political side. Now, let's go to the love life. Kasi medyo juicy din yung love life ni Char. Kasi,
Juicy?
Well, at first, she thought it was very
I
stale.
thought it's dry.
Yeah, honestly, let's give hope to the girls out there. Kasi si Char, nung bata pa kami, hanggang naging high school, college, wala siyang boyfriend.
College ha? Oh my
Walang
gosh.
boyfriend, walang nagko-court sa kanya. Pag lumalabas kami, parang she would express to me na, I'll never find a guy, nobody likes me. But to me, Char has always been pretty. Pero napapaisip din,
No, I was
bakit nga ba?
chubby. I have to admit, chubby ako.
But pretty. And it has always been na wala kang partner. Tapos you've seen us do a lot of mistakes. But you've always been single. And then one day, you finally got a boyfriend. Didn't work out. And then suddenly, you met someone in just a few months. Share it.
Na-share mo na lahat. Oh my gosh. So, yeah, yun nga. In BSB, sad to say. But I do tell this to, I do tell this to my husband now that we have a daughter. Sabi ko, I think the key thing was, I was just a little too comfortable at home. So parang, I dreamt of having a boyfriend, pero hindi ko siya pinursue.
Hindi ka lumabas sa bahay.
Oo, ako yung tipong galit na bakit ako walang boyfriend, pero kasi ako rin yung kapag meron nandyan,
Hindi talaga meant to be.
Oo nga eh, pero nasaro ko sa sarili ko noon. Na ano ba?
Dinadown mo din
Girl,
sarili mo noon.
dinadown mo sarili mo, pero wala ka namang sisisihin kundi sarili mo rin. Ganun ako noon. Okay, fine. For so long, that was how I felt. And yes, totoo yan. I would complain to you na bakit ba? Bakit ba kayo meron na? Ako wala.
And she thought she was pangit. I was like, girl, you're pretty.
No, I didn't like myself din
Yeah.
talaga. As in, pero, yeah, high school, college, I finally had a boyfriend. Okay naman yung naging samahan namin. And didn't work out. And na-shock na lang ako because, here's the thing bakit ba? Anyway, here's the thing. Do not be afraid to list down your qualifications. I'm sorry. I know. It seems baka sabihin ba naman, Teto, hindi nga nagkaka-boyfriend, ang high-high pa ng standards. Like, maglilista talaga. Like, wow. Ano to?
Well, sabi nga nila,
application for a job, di ba? Like, must be this tall. Joke. Hindi naman. No. Pero sinabi ko na lang, there's also nothing wrong with it. No one knows about that list but me. Nilista ko lang. Sabi ko, number 1, God-fearing. Kasi, number 2, gusto ko, may ambition naman. And then, ultimately, for me, dapat may tsura. Sabi ko nga and I just kept that list. But I had it in mind. Wala lang.
You had it after your first boyfriend?
Yes.
Okay.
After. Kasi yung first boyfriend ko, I really have nothing to complain to him about naman.
He was good to you, actually.
He was good to me. He was good to me. Kaya it made it so much harder for both of us na it didn't work out. And we just really had to go our separate ways. Pero sabi ko, I have to sit down muna and reassess what went wrong. And ano ba yung nagiging cause ng fights namin and what were the things that were in conflict na hindi talaga naging non-negotiable for me. Na parang, okay, kasi I thought dati, as long as he doesn't cheat, okay na. Diba?
That's sub
Diba?
ano lang
Pero
yun.
dapat pala yun, that should be normal,
That should
actually.
be normal.
That should be normal. You enter into a relationship,
Guys.
dapat naman talaga hindi ka mag-cheat eh. So bakit yun lang yung standard ko nun?
Yung
Diba?
nakakainis na we look for someone to be loyal and won't cheat. Parang it's actually annoying. It's so normal na kasi nowadays for people. That shouldn't
No,
be.
but the
okay.
norm should be, don't cheat.
Yeah. No, you're
Stay
just
loyal.
loyal. Be trustworthy.
Yeah.
Be
So,
honest.
In fairness to my ex, norm naman.
Yeah.
But there were other things that were reasons of conflict. You know, one of those mini fights that would just build up until finally it broke the camel's back, and that's it. Like for me, I was just so tired. Ayaw na. And when I met this guy, so I had a list. I
Can
kept
you
that list na.
share to them the months? Kasi napakabilis nung nangyari.
Ay, nako. Oh my
Share
God.
mo na. Kasi it's nice din for women out there that just broke up.
Okay.
That, feel like, wala na akong hope. Ito na
Oo.
ba yun? Parang, I met someone, akala ko it's gonna work out.
Yeah.
Tapos, wala nang may gusto sa akin.
Okay. No. You can never think na wala nang may gusto sa akin. It's just that,
I-reveal mo na how
Okay,
long
okay.
it took for you to meet the right one.
Okay. I remember we broke up end of January, and I met my husband second week of Feb.
Oh my gosh! God is good.
That's why I don't reveal Kasi for people I tell it to, may
It sounds like a
suspicion
rebound,
na
actually.
in either rebound or you were cheating before you
No,
broke
no,
up.
no, no,
May
no.
ganun alam ko yan, yung mga crew dito. Yun ang unang iniisip. Totoo, because I would think that of myself too. Na, ba't ang bilis? Di ba yung
Babe, January
Listen.
31 ba to? Tapos,
January 31.
Oh my gosh, 2 weeks lang.
Yeah, that's why, you know the song of Olivia Rodrigo? Traitor. Di ba? Wala, you didn't cheat on me nga. Pero 2 weeks after, but again nga sabi ko usually, hugot na hugot ako sa kantang to, pero ako pala yung kinakantahan ni Olivia. Hindi. No, but there was no overlap. I did not cheat. But I guess may timing talaga si Lord. Because when I met the guy, at actually, di ba sinabi ko nga, on the list was looks Sa totoo lang, sobrang skeptic na ako sa looks pa lang. Kasi sabi ko,
pag gwapo.
di ba, kung ang pangit nga
No.
nag-cheat, paano pa kung gwapo?
By the way, he was a mayor of Aliaga.
Yes.
Oh, so political family.
But at
din.
that time, he was a counselor.
Okay.
Counselor siya. We were both counselors. So doon pa lang, sabi ko,
Doubtful ka na, nasa politiko.
doubtful na ako kasi may itsura na nasa politics pa. I mean, hello, I've met other counselors then. So I know how exposed politicians can be to many people in life. So, and I made him know that, na parang, totoo ka ba? Parang for me, alam ko na, there were things said about you, between you and another politician.
Did you
between
research?
I didn't research per se, pero syempre, etong world na to,
Very small.
very small. So like, I had a few friends that said na, huy, ano yan ha?
Ano daw?
Na-link na yan kay
Na-link,
ganito,
okay.
na-link na yan kay ganyan. So ako dun palang, flags
Ah,
are raised, na
yeah.
parang wait lang. So I gave him a chance na rin, may tsura ay nako. Anyway, but sabi ko, sige, ano lang, just for, parang, wala lang, fun lang. Wow, first date, guess where?
Where?
Maniniwala ka ba? Sa simbahan.
Paano? What do you mean? How does one invite someone to church?
Right? Sabi niya, magsimba muna tayo, magdasal.
Wow! Hindi ko ba alam kung totoo yan?
Totoo yan! And now you tell me, hindi ka pa ba magiging suspicious dyan na, too good to be true ba to? Ba't ako sa simbahan dinala? Halika, let's just pray. Let's just pray in
Wait,
church.
did you guys, did he hold your hand and prayed out loud na, I hope this works out?
No. He didn't pray out loud. Namilang kami ng pew, we knelt down, and then, I'm like, totoo ba to? And then,
Hindi ko alam yan. Ngayon ko lang narinig yan.
that's our first date. And then, guess mo kung saan niya ako dinala afterwards.
After the church.
After the church.
Where?
This is Claret Church in QC, okay?
Akala ko sa court na, parang
No!
O, sa ano?
Mang Laris Isawan. Sa UP.
Oh, very humble.
Very humble.
Very low-key. Okay.
Pero hindi niya, I don't know how he knew, pero masarap talaga ang isaw doon sa Mang Laris na yun.
Okay.
So we had our first date there, and then he made me try this ice cream that was cooled by nitrogen. Yung
You may.
Yeah. So, parang sabi ko, okay, dito palang medyo memorable na yung first date. Pero skeptic pa rin ako. Kasi sabi ko, habulin to ng babae.
Cute kasi.
Cute kasi. So, we would go through different other dates as well. Until, for some reason, for everyone that I met, even his sister, even yung friends niya na matagal ng kanya, sinasabi, nako, mag-ingat ka dyan kasi kapag yan magmahal, yan na yan. Sobrang seryoso yan.
Oh,
To
parang
the
ang
point,
ganda naman ng warning
I
yun.
know. Kaya parang
I'd love
sabi
to
ko,
hear that.
And then, parang sabi ko, too good to be true ba to? Parang, binigyan niya ba ng script tong kapatid niya or ano? Pero sabi ko, for a sister to to wingman for her brother. Parang sobrang ano mo naman, lala mo naman sa kapwa mong babae kung alam mong niloloko ka lang ng guy, di ba? So, parang for me, the sister's testimony was big proof. And then here's another thing pa, that was a first for me and now became a standard for others. We were hanging out and siya na nagsabi, 7:30 na, uwi na kita kasi baka may masabi pa tatay mo. And we were consenting adults already. I was in my late 20s na para isipin pa niya yung parents ko. And for me, doon ako na mind blown na pwede pala yun. Kasi with all the other guys that I went out with, they would bring me home 10, they would bring me home 11, midnight, ganyan. And
Never thought of your parents, how they would think. They'd probably say, tanda mo na, okay lang yan.
So siya yung talagang, no, ayoko lang may masabi yung tatay mo or mother mo. Iuwi kita ng ganitong oras. Ganyan.
Where are you?
So parang, check, dun sa guy with values and family. And then when I met his family, close-knit rin. And here's the thing pa, sinabi ko God-fearing, di ba? And na-shock ako kasi I would pray on my own, like, ano naman. Pero siya, even before meals, unashamedly, he would, alam mo yung susubo ka na, wait, Father, Son, Holy Spirit. Wala siyang pake, whether in public or not, he will pray before he eats. So parang, dun ako parang, oh my gosh. So girls, sabi ko, huwag kayong matatakot, gumawa ng list. Sabihin mo na, kahit sabihin mo na sa sarili mo, sobrang demanding mo naman. No, just write a list. Sabi, you'll never know You'll never know talaga.
Okay.
You
So it
really
works.
never know.
These lists work.
For me, it worked because he hit everything on my list. So that's why, my parents knew I broke up with my ex-January.
Parang nakakahiya din sabihin, by the way, there's a new guy.
Yeah. Hindi ko nga masabi sa parents ko na I was hanging out with another guy. Okay, so June, we hung out Feb. He proposed April.
February, March, April. Girl!
He proposed na. So parang, hindi nga ako maka-yes. Pero alam ko siya na yon. Alam ko gusto ko na siya. Pero hindi ako maka-yes because naisip ko, ano na lang sasabihin ng iba? Na engaged na?
Oh my gosh.
As in, I haven't even introduced him to my parents yet. But you know again what came across, how his sincerity came across? He proposed to me with his mother's ring.
Oh.
Not this, but he gave me the ring of his mother. So alam ko yung iba dyan hot topic rin na dapat ba mahal ang engagement ring, dapat ba malaki ang bato. Ang sa akin, his parents came from humble beginnings. His mother's ring was not, you could say it's not up to par yung standard na mahal talaga. Pero for me, it's even more valuable. That's why I'm not even wearing it because yun
You
yung
don't wanna
takot-
lose it?
I don't want to lose it.
Oh.
But he proposed to me with his mother's ring. And yun yung sa akin na parang, okay, this guy is serious about me nga. Pero hindi ko pa rin masabi sa parents ko. Hindi ko masabing boyfriend ko
Kasi hindi mo pa
na.
na-introduce eh. Bigla ko papakasal na pala kayo.
So parang July, it was my dad's birthday. Mandaluyong. Yeah, it was my dad's birthday, my mom's birthday. And July is also nutrition month. So as we said, we're big on nutrition in Mandaluyong. We broke the Guinness World Record for largest Zumba class in the world. We had close to 13,000 people that danced Zumba
Yun na
in
yung
Mandaluyong.
na-costume?
No, yun
Hindi
na
pa
yung
yun.
naka-yellow kaming lahat.
Guys, yung tagal ng hinintay niya for the right one.
Yeah.
Tapos you experienced, hindi naman super wrong, pero just not right for you. Then you immediately met him. Like,
Yeah.
all of us, we haven't found nobody, but she's like, I'm so happy. Girl, we were trying to be happy in different situations and you got it somewhat late, pero it was on time.
Medyo chamba. Chamba na tawag.
Ang galing. FYI, I met this guy. I was like, kasi kami ni Char, we would have different ventures. Nag-bazaar kami. Bigla na lang may lalaki siyang kasama. Super fun. And I got so along with. As in, ano siya eh, very personable, nagjo-joke around. Tsaka, parang he makes an effort to get to know Char's friends. And I just felt like, he is so fun. Girl, who is he? what is he he doing here? I don't get it. Why is he dropping us off? And you're on the side of his chair, diba? So, hindi mo in-explain sa akin kung sino tong lalaki
No,
to.
kasi yun yung, there was no word for that pa eh. But now they call it, the Gen Zs call it situationship. Kasi nga, in denial pa ako. Kasi sabi ko, kaka-break up ko pa lang. Bakit ako magkaka-boyfriend? But do you know how he hooked me in?
How?
Ano rin eh, mind games din eh, mind
Okay.
games. Sabi niya, so ano yan, we're gonna go out, di ba? Sabi ko, yes. Pero, I can go out with others. Sabi ko, no.
He said
No,
that?
no, he asked that. Sabi ko, no. And how about you? Are you gonna go out with others? Sabi ko, no rin. Eh di, boyfriend, girlfriend na tayo. Anong ano yan?
Galing ni
Anong
Kuya.
like situationship na yan? So until now, we both don't believe in situationship. Sorry sa ating Gen Z. But for me, it's just having to go out with someone without being accountable to our relationship. So that's what he made sure na to let me know that we are entering in this with intention to be together. Walang ganyan-ganyang
Pero nakakatawa,
face.
ikaw muna yung sumagot. He just made sure you wanted to say na,
Yeah.
oh, this is a committed
Yeah,
relationship.
yeah.
Magaling din siya.
Galing din siya. Mind game siya.
Oh,
but
pero-
I really believe if a guy wanted to, he would.
He would, right? No, but because when he looked at you, he just knew you were the right one. And there was one time, he actually showed me a video of him singing sa Mandaluyong na activity area, and you were having like, I don't know what you were
A
doing.
medical mission.
A medical mission. He comes in singing with flowers,
Yeah.
and hindi pa siya kilala ng mga tao doon.
No. That
Or
was
he just pops up.
Valentine's Day.
He
Remember?
just wanted to make you happy.
Yeah, remember, I broke up January 31.
Feb 14 siya na
Feb
gano'n.
14 yan. So, parang ako, in-entertain ko pa lang siya. Hindi pa kami official na.
Kumanta siya nun eh, di ba?
Yeah. So, parang he was saying na Char, Valentine's ha, ang dami naming event dito, ganyan. So, ako naman, it's okay, I understand, may event rin kami, may medical mission rin kami. So, I think that's also what helps na if you both work in the same field, na nagkakaintindihan kayo. Pero syempre, medyo low-key pissed off rin ako kasi low-key naasar din ako kasi parang in my mind, if you really wanted to, first Valentine's natin, tapos you won't bring me out. In my mind.
Pinaalam niya busy siya that day.
So
Okay.
parang, which I did not know pala, the day before Valentine's pa, nakauwi na siya sa QC dito, nagpa-practice na siya ng harap. And medical mission, he suddenly comes out. The Chinese Chamber of Commerce were there.
to witness who's
To
this new
witness.
guy.
I know, kaya hanggang ngayon, when I go to projects with the Chinese chambers, they're like, nandito ba asawa mo? Kasi they saw him na ginawa niya yun. So,
You know,
why are you crying?
wala lang. Kasi I'm so happy for you and for the girls out there and the guys out there. We're still trying to look for the one.
Ito na lang sa akin. For the girls, there's nothing wrong with telling them what you want in the relationship. For the guys, huwag kayong mahiya. Grand gestures are still a thing. You know, when they say na, don't do grand gestures, you'll pressure the girl. Pero ako may kilig pa rin dun eh.
It's a big thing to know someone will effort for you. And wala siyang pakialam kung mapapahiya siya. Basta just to make you smile, you feel like a queen. We all wanna feel like a queen.
Kasi tayo rin naman girls will do that for them eh.
True. But they have to do it more first. Pero, speaking of being a queen, girl, nag-trending yung husband mo.
Okay, why? Oh well.
Nag-trending siya kasi nakita siya sa mga videos online on TikTok as an MMDA.
He's the
ASEC?
Assistant General Manager for Operations. So ASEC Jello. That's him. And yeah, nag-trending siya kasi habang siya nagta-traffic, yung biceps daw niya.
And gwapo naman talaga siya. Sabi ng mga girls, kung siya yung nandyan sa street, magpapahuli na lang ako. Ang dami mga comments na malalandi.
Ay.
How did you react to that?
Natatawa lang naman. Pero ano low-key, if yan genders were reverse, safe space act na yan. Pero ako, go lang. Harmless, ano ba yan? Harmless lang No.
No.
It's just,
Siyempre, people were admiring
Yeah.
him na he was a very handsome. Kasi he looked like a cop, parang ganon. Like the man, uniformed man on the street. And it was his first time to be really noticed, diba? And nakakatawa lang. Talagang makita niyo yung mga comments, guys. Oh my God, kung siya na lang, i-violate ko na ang lahat. Para lang to spend time with him. Pero nobody knew he's married. So he's married, guys, ha? They have beautiful kids.
yeah, silent na. 3 kids.
Sabi ni Jella, naalala ko, grabe naman, ipa-enjoy nyo naman sa akin kahit a few months. Sabi ko, hindi, papaalam ko talaga may asawa ka na. But he's
That's
super
why she's
cool.
my best friend. Yeah.
Diba? So now it's official, guys. So you know. Okay, so you are very happy.
Yes.
And also your family's thriving, not just personally, but also your dad, your mom, your lolo. So what's next for you?
Oh, I'm running again for counselor in Mandaluyong because the job's not over yet. Marami pang kailangan gawin. And as I said, I am also helping partially in the national campaign of my dad. So it opened my eyes to a new game, a new parang strategy. And again, it also opened my eyes to things that needs to be addressed in the country in general. So parang nakikita ko talaga iba sa provinces, iba when you say you're from Visayas, iba when you say from when you're in Luzon. So parang naisip ko naman na you will never be at the wrong place. God will put you in the right place at the right time, even if you think otherwise. Because you are there either to help, either to change things, or you are there so that other people can change your life then. So that's how I see it. And I am grateful every day, even though there are days na gusto kong manuntok. May mga days na gano'n. There are days na, at tao lang din naman tayo. We will go through that. But I will always remind myself na, nope, you're in the right place, you're in the right time, and things are working out for you, whether you believe it or not. So that's how I always hold things together, and that's my belief. So there, and this is my contribution to the bright side.
Aww.
And I hope that's something I can also teach our viewers, na you are never in the wrong place in the wrong time. You're there to help others, and you'll never know, you might be changing the lives of others as well.
I think that's my mantra also when I was in jail. Like, there are things that good people experience. Like, parang hindi naman ako masamang tao, yet I'm going through this. You're right. It's just that God placed you there to give you a role.
Yeah.
And even though you don't want that role, you will have to play that role, right?
Yes.
Once you find who you're supposed to be, that's when you contribute to the community.
That's true.
So I'm so glad you've stepped up, kasi
Yeah,
this was
thank you.
not in your storyline. This is not what you wanted. And also, you are studying to be a lawyer.
Yes.
My gosh, this girl, commissioner, counselor, attorney soon.
Yes, I went back to studying law, and my age is closer to the professors than my classmates.
Ay, pero inisip nila, nasa 20s ka,
Ayan
girl.
naman. And, so hopefully, hindi talaga tumitigil ang buhay dyan. And again, I'm using this as a platform that, aside from continuing to help others, you must always continue to make sure to improve yourself,
Yeah.
to educate yourself, and to learn. So, yun naman ang nakita ko rin.
Okay, a message to the Mandaleños and to the entire Philippines of your bright side story and like message to everyone.
For our viewers, thank you so much for watching. I've bared my soul in this episode. To be honest, marami akong nakwento dito na malamang hindi rin alam ng karamihan. But I did this to also share that it is always at your darkest moments in life when you can shine at your brightest. You'll really never know. You cannot sparkle kung wala ring darkness. And we have to be able to persevere through that. Na for as long as there is life, there will always be opportunities. For as long as there is loss, there will always be returns to it. Ganyan ang buhay, bilog siya. Minsan nasa taas tayo, minsan nasa baba tayo. Pero as my grandfather and my father will always say, habang buhay kang tao, you do what is right for others. You should always be sincere, and you should always do things through the heart and through your belief on what's right and what's good for everyone. So that's for the bright side. So that's for everyone, and thank you for watching. I am Charise Abalos Vargas, former counselor, running for counselor again in Mandaluyong, and most importantly, best friend of Karen Bordador.
Yay!
Thank you.
Thank you you so much, babe, for sharing your heart. Honestly, Char does not really share a lot of personal things. Actually, dahil lang konti tayo sa kwarto, at saka medyo pushy ako sa'yo, alam mo yung personality ko, nalabas mong lahat-lahat. And there are things also I just learned today. So, I'm just so proud of you, dear, and I can't wait for you. Hopefully, your dad gets into the Senate. But the many projects that you are able to implement changes lives. And when I look at you, babe, I can't believe my childhood BFF is helping so much people.
Yeah.
Like, you have one of the
Thank you.
kindest hearts. So, I hope people out there gets inspired by Charisse. Also, you know, I'm going through a lot of difficulties right now. I don't get to share it to the public, pero it's a reminder to me that we are placed in certain situations, but always look at the bright side. Although that has always been a message, watching things like this, I'm watching as a third party, it reminds me na despite the darkness, there is something that will brighten up your life very soon, and there is a reason. So, ay, nagpapasalamat ako talaga.
Thank you, Karen.
Yeah,
Thank you,
to
Ren,
the
sa ating
future
viewers.
future counselor of Mandaluyong. So, thank you.
Thank you.
Yay!
I had fun.
I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Charise Abalos Vargas, who is also my best friend, talked about her ideals, na ayaw talaga yun ng situationship, and also the fact na no boyfriend since birth siya, pero na-meet niya ang the one niya just in time. And also ang pagkamatay ng sister niya, who was her twin at 19 years old. Kaya grabe yung pinagdaanan ni Char. Because of all these hardships, all these challenges in her life, she has found so much advocacies that she is doing now in Mandaluyong. So see you guys next time on The Bright Side. Bye! By Karen Bordador. Mwah!